Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's Chase. So we're going to outline some Bitcoin scenarios today. Before we get into the price action, I think the biggest thing to keep an eye on is the FOMC minutes coming up this Wednesday, 2 p.m. New York time. So that is something I'll definitely be keeping an eye on. I think that's around the time when I could be looking for an entry. Keep in mind that a lot of times trading is about lining up, these quote-unquote fundamental events with the price action you're trying to see. Okay, so we want to have both of those things lining up. Now, I think there's a couple different scenarios that one could talk about for Bitcoin here, and I will outline what I think is the most likely scenario. So, scenario one is simply that we reject off of here, correct, and we dump. I think this scenario is unlikely. I just don't. It doesn't look done to me just yet. I think this consolidation in here is not telling us that it's ready to dump just yet. I think if we move down to, say, a daily time frame and we see that we pushed up, we rejected, but no follow through. We come up again, we reject again, no follow through. Not only this, but to me, it looks like we are starting to build. We're allowing people to build shorts. If you look at a tweet that I posted this morning or today, it was showing, people saying, oh, we're overextended, I'm shorting. I'm putting all this in quotes. We've hit weekly resistance, I'm shorting. Oh, we're dumping, going back down to, zero, whatever you want to say, shorting. Retest, shorting. Dump, shorting. Okay, and anyone who's shorting all in here, where are they putting their stops? In my opinion, all their stops are piled up in here somewhere. So what I want to see is a confluence of that FOMC minutes timing, all these stop losses being triggered, right? So you have all these people shorting this, trigger their stop losses. What else happens above this red line, this weekly resistance? You get your breakout buyers coming in. And they're saying, oh, this is a major breakout. We're going straight to, 28, 29, 30K, whatever you want to say. They start buying. So we're having short stops triggered. That's forced buying. We're having people buy the breakout. That's more buying. Excuse me. Now, if there was a big player who needed exit liquidity, or if a big player wanted to get short, they need all those orders to fill their asks. They're not going to be entering in at market because they'll, if we're trading their size, they're going to push the market down. So that's what they want. That's how they generate liquidity. Okay, so this area is where liquidity can be generated. All right. Before I continue further, if you enjoy this type of education or whatnot, please go back, like, and retweet. It's very helpful to get all the information out there. And as always, these videos are sponsored by PrimeXBT and also Bybit. You can check them out in my link tree and my Twitter bio. Trade with those, and that'll be very helpful to me. Keeps these videos coming, all for free. Okay, so again, short stops, breakout buyers, liquidity all in here. I think that is the most likely scenario at the moment. So scenario one is just a straight breakdown. Seems a bit unlikely to me. Scenario two is what we just talked about, a fake breakout essentially. So we fake upwards. Everyone's calling for a breakout. People are posting the green face meme. They're going crazy. Little do they know, your big player or your smart money or whatever you want to say is getting all their asks filled, and that's when we come down, take liquidity. That is my thought process at the moment. You can find entry trigger something along the lines of here, or you could jump in here, but you got to be careful jumping in here because you're not really sure exactly where to put the stop. Now let's go over a different scenario. Let's say that this is genuine strength and we come up, we probably get a short-term rejection or something, we bounce off of here and we reclaim this swing level. Now I start to shift my bias and think, okay, and when I say bias, I'm talking about a directional bias, not emotions like CT talks about. Directional bias meaning I'm looking for longs today, I'm looking for shorts today, things of that nature. So if we were to do this, if we were to put in a high, strong rejection, even maybe even goes a little bit below, you get some panic shorters, right? So it comes even a little bit below. Your retest could be an entry trigger, and this is where people are gonna, get all upset as well. Guys, it's a game of probabilities, right? There are going to be little hints in the lower time frame price action, and I've talked about that in many videos. Not necessarily going to get into it right here, but it's a game of probabilities, right? If you play this retest, sometimes it's going to work out, sometimes it's not. I really can't tell you a specific way to know 100% whether it's going to work or whether it's not. That's why you typically aim for 2 to 3 risk reward, blah, 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 that whole spiel. Go to Learn a Simple Trade Setup or How to Enter a Trade 101. Again, all that's in my link tree, all free, and that'll be helpful to you. Okay, so if you did break down a little bit more, and you came back up and you reclaimed, well, now we switch to a more bullish bias here, or bullish directional bias, whatever you want to say. And we could be pushing up towards here. Now, I don't think that there's enough genuine strength in these markets to make this move. I tend to think that this is still just a bear market rally. And I don't see the market giving the opportunity for people who want to sell or get out at break even from all of these, from all of this in here. Remember the buying here, buying, everyone was buying all in here. I don't feel like we give those people the opportunity to get out. They're probably thinking, people are thinking new bull run and whatnot, but from what I've been hearing, Powell and the FOMC, some of them are even talking about going to potentially 50 basis point hikes again. And we will learn on Wednesday. That's why the FOMC minutes is important. Powell did say that in the FOMC minutes that he will clarify, or the FOMC will clarify, what a rate hike pause could look like and what the requirements are going to be for that. Okay, so that's something to watch. So, in conclusion, what I'd be mainly watching for is this, and we'll just solidify everything here. I'm looking for a deviation above this swing level. Okay, I'm looking to see stop losses be triggered in here, breakout buyers, etc., etc. A sharp rejection. That's when we look, if you do want to refine it a little bit, that's when we can go down to the lower time frame, look for a break in market structure. I taught this recently on my Twitter feed. Just go find it. It's a chart that has like a setup 1 and a setup 2 in it, and I go through the market structure break and whatnot. We look for an MS break. We can short the retest, stop above the whatever high we put in, however many liquidations got ran or whatever, and that's where you can find your entry down to liquidity. Okay, or you could simply get in up here, but again, you're sort of just, it's a little bit of a gamble. You're going to need to have somewhat of a decently wide stop in case it continues to go a bit further. But at the same time, it's not an easy way to play your stop. So you can also, zoom down to, it's pumping hard, right? Let's say it's pumping hard into here. You zoom down into a 15-minute time frame. Just use this view. So it starts pumping hard. You zoom down into a 15-minute. It's lagging, okay, and you see there's the final blow off. You think, and it just nukes hard. Anywhere in here now, you're looking for retests to try to find entry for your short. Okay, so that's how I'll be looking to enter. When I do these videos, I try to explain it in the best way I can, but at the same time, since I'm not there with you, I don't always know what it's going to look like. I can't just say ahead of time, oh yeah, you should be shorting 26.7. Like I don't know that exactly. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know if it's going to be a very fast and rapid move, or if it's going to take some time, consolidate, and then all of a sudden we're going to start lagging. It can come in very many different forms, and that's why, hopefully you take education from these videos rather than just strictly, like trying to take a signal from it or something, because this is where the value is, trying to learn how to enter and find your entries and then put your stops where they should be, etc., etc. Okay, hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully I've outlined some of the scenarios that I think are less likely and more likely. Again, likes and retweets appreciated. If you sign up to Prime XBT or Bybit, deposit on there. Keeps these videos coming. Very much appreciated. Hope you all have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.